Y'all, I cannot believe it. I finally did it. I finally left education. Let's talk about it. What's good, everybody? Welcome to EDU to PMP. My name is Graylin Oliver, and for those of you that don't know me, I am a former educator. Still sounds weird to say, of over 10 plus years. I spent 6 in the classroom and 6 in leadership. And I recently made the pivot to a healthcare project management role. And so this video is all about the why behind the pivot. Let's get to it. Now, I want to set the stage real quick, right? I did leave. I didn't get fired. If you think that this video is going to be about me blasting my last district or something like that, not the case at all. Love my last district. But there were some key reasons as to why I decided to leave. Let's start off with reason number 1, which is the reason why we all get into education, right? The money. No, I'm just kidding. Not the money, the kids. Let's talk about the kids. I remember when I first got into education, it was shortly after I graduated from college, right? And at that time, it was super easy to connect with the kids. It didn't matter what it was. We could talk about music, movies, sports, whatever they were interested in, we could talk about it, right? Now, some of you all may be saying, why is he talking about movies and sports when he should be talking about math and science and history? There's a key to success that I feel like every great educator knows, right? If you want to be successful in the classroom, you have to build relationships with your kids. And so it starts off with the movies and the sports. That's how you get them to like the math and the science and the history. If they don't like you, they're less willing to learn from you. And so you got to use those extra things. Sometimes you got to use those extra things to just make a connection with them. The longer I stayed in education and the higher up I went in leadership, I felt like that connection really started to fade. It became more difficult to connect with my kids. Kids kind of started to see me a lot different. I started to feel less of a friend, more of a foe. And the reality is my passion, my drive, my objective never changed. I wanted to help out every single kid that I possibly could. I felt like if I continued to stay in education, I was going to be doing them a disservice. Like, it's okay to say that, you're not the best at this or the best at that. You're not connecting with them the same or whatever the case may be. They might need somebody else that can do that for them at this time. Maybe your season is up, right? And that's totally fine. I remember when I first started out, I would tell the kids, my favorite rapper is Jay-Z, right? And they'd be like, oh, Mr. Oliver, what you know about Jay-Z? And then, right? Well, I had this one kid in my class, and her name was Sanjay. And I mean, I could tell you that now because she's grown. But basically, her name was Jay-Z and Nas. Well, Jay and Nas, but backwards. And huge shout out to Sanjay. Huge shout out to your father who liked Jay-Z and Nas. It was just one of those things to where I would connect with kids on different levels. And now I don't know who they like. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna get somebody in your class named Boss Man this year. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Great segue into reason number 2 why I left. Now, I know a lot of the educators gonna feel me on this one. This really could be number 1, but it's just number 2, just because. The second reason why I left is, that's right, you guessed it, the parents. Boy. But these parents are different. I remember when I first started off in education, right? People would come up to me, like at church, when they found out that I was in education, and they would be like, man, it is It's so good to have a young black man, in the classroom with our kids, being a good role model, da 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 da. I don't know where that went. I'll do y'all one better. Y'all remember after COVID, did all of the posts? Oh man, teachers deserve so much more. I'm sorry. I'm a slide. Here's a Total Wine or Specs gift card on the low. Like, I don't know where that went. It really seems like parents, just quickly forgot how difficult our job is, how vital our job is as educators, and it just has kind of gotten to a point to where, it's the appreciation is gone. Now, the statement I'm making about parents is a very general one, right? There are some amazing parents out there who are sending amazing kids to us. And, they're up at the school and they're volunteering and all of that kind of stuff too. And then there's some other parents, right, who don't have the time or the ability to, come up to the school and volunteer or, donate to the school or, any of that stuff, which I totally understand, right? Doesn't make them a bad parent. What we struggle with is when we're calling home, and asking for your support and our phone number is blocked. You know what I mean? Like, like what we doing, my boy? When teachers are being told, that's your problem from, 8 to 3. It's like, what we doing, my boy? Or when you showing up to the parent-teacher conference with the nails done and, with the latest and greatest Jordans, but your kid is coming up looking like, smelling like, what we doing, my boy? Or even better than that, when your kid is dripped down in the Balenciaga. When they come to school in the Louis Vuitton every day, LV everywhere. Not an A or a B, sometimes not even a C in sight on the report card. What are we doing, my boy? Listen, I don't know what happened to the parents. We need to have a parent meeting, nationwide parent meeting. We need to figure this out because it's not working. All right, reason number 3. This is gonna be an interesting one. But reason number 3 why I left education is the government, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not turning into a political conversation. I don't care if you left side, right side, red or blue. I don't care. Kind of sound like gang talk, by the way, but whatever. When I say the government, and I can only speak for Texas because I live in Texas, but when I say the government, I'm talking about the people that have never been in education, that consistently make laws and rules and regulations, put regulations on the things that we can do, that we can't do, that essentially make our jobs harder year after year after year. But the pay doesn't increase. Bro, if y'all really understood the amount of time that it takes to efficiently lesson plan, right? Or I'll do you one better. Grade. Just grade. Like to literally go through 150 assignments. Don't let it be an essay. Literally read 150 pages of something. Every day, every week, grading. And then to, add on, hey, this year we're gonna do such and such. We're going to add on this. Teachers are going to be required to do this. You got to submit these reports every 6 weeks or these reports every 9 weeks. You got to track your data for this. You got to, let us know how much your kids are growing in comparison to the kids that you had last year. It gets harder and harder. And it's not slowing down. And to top it off, the things that we're asking you for, like to give us pay increases or to make our schools and our communities safer without putting the weight on our shoulders, you're totally ignoring it. Right now, I'm filming this in July 2025. And so far, there have been 75 school shootings in the United States. 75. After each school shooting, we always do the typical, thoughts and prayers to their families and the standard stuff. And then nothing changes. Keeps happening. We wait until the next one, and then it happens all over again. And what's so crazy to me is, and this is how my crazy brain works, I be thinking about, man, I wonder what kind of grade that school's gonna get this year. Isn't that crazy? Like, that school is still going to get graded after dealing with such a tragic incident. That school is still going to get graded. That school is still going to have to take the state assessment. They're still going to be graded on whether they progressed or not, if they did well enough or not. And state officials are going to require them, if they didn't do well, to do extra work to talk about why they didn't do well. I'm a person that really struggles with doing stuff that doesn't make sense. And it just kind of came down to, the people that's in positions of power just doing stuff that doesn't make sense, man. I root for the teachers the students, the parents, the people that are still excelling in spite of, but, for me, it was just getting more and more difficult and making less and less sense. So there is one more reason why I decided to leave education. The final reason why I decided to leave education is because I believe that God is just leading me in a different direction. I don't know if it's based off of the same reasons that, I was getting tired or burnt out or what have you, or if he has other plans. One of the things I can promise you is that I didn't make a brash or emotional decision. This was something that I prayed about extensively for a long time. And yeah, it just kind of came down to me listening to my God and, kind of allowing him to order my footsteps. And, I can tell you that there's definitely been signs that, the direction that I'm going in and it's the right direction. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and open up the doors of the church and no, I'm just kidding. Rachel's gonna get mad at me. This video is not about trying to convince anybody to leave education. It's not about, I'm not recruiting, none of that. EDU to PMP is all about my transition from education to project management and just kind of understanding the amount of time that I put into, assessing what I wanted to do, thinking about what I wanted to do, praying about what I wanted to do. I found out that there were a lot of people that were in my shoes. And so, again, I encourage you guys, if that's you, if that's somebody continue to think, continue to assess, continue to pray. But also, take some time to follow me on this journey. Hopefully something that I do will inspire you to stay or to leave. And either one is okay. And so subscribe, follow, do all of the things. EDU to PMP is here. It's here for you. It's a resource. Make sure that you use it. So I appreciate you guys for hanging in with me. Video number 1, the reasons why I left. The next one is going to be about how did I do it? How did I do it? And so we're in here, man. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.
As always, we want to say thank you guys so much for watching this episode of EDU to PMP. As a side note, if you're getting married in Texas and you want to have the best DJs for your wedding, make sure that you hit up Chosen Event Group. Last but not least, please don't forget to like, share, and comment under this video. And if you really, really want to support the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I wish you all the absolute best on all your future endeavors. And until next time, peace.